Welcome everybody to another edition of WCW 6 here in TEW IX as we're heading towards Halloween Havoc. But of course, that's over on Revolution. Here on Nitro, we're getting the slow road to Bound for Glory and the Fall Brawl Aftermath. As we're going to have 10,000 people in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as the show starts out with Jim Ross going over the big main event announced earlier tonight by Eric Bischoff on WCW.com of Ken Anderson teaming with Shelton Benjamin to take on Jamie Knoble and Eddy Guerrero. This gets us 64, and then we head to the ring. Go to the ring for our first match at the return of Alex Wright, who of course hasn't been seen since Fall Brawl, when he of course said I quit to Ken Anderson when Anderson had taped him up and was about to hit him with like multiple concertos. Maverick chances his best here, but eventually Wright takes over, and in a good match, Wright hits the big double arm DT, locks in the STF, and we're there to go. Maverick has to tap out in a little under 9 minutes, wrestling of 73, crowding of 74, overall rating of 80. Wright gets an 83, Maverick Chance gets a 64. Throughout the match, we've got off and on chants of Wonder Bitch from the crowd, because of course they would after, Anderson coined that, and after, as the crowd chants it, Wright takes the mic, and he says, "You think this is funny, huh? You think I'm a joke? Listen to yourself, you pathetic, low-class inbred hicks, always looking for the next cheap laugh instead of recognizing true greatness standing right in front of you. Yes, it's true, I, a techno-wrestling marvel, had to say those dreaded words, I quit. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. That was not a concession, that was a necessity. When you're facing a violent psychopath like Ken Anderson, when a man has threatened to end your career, you do what you mean to survive, but survival is just the beginning. Look at all of you, cheering for that lunatic. People like you are the reason this country is a cesspool of degeneracy. You cheer for violence, you cheer for chaos, and you boo me, the greatest tech wrestler in the world today. Pathetic." And the chant continues, and Anderson says, Wright says, keep chanting, doesn't change the facts. I'm the man who took out Bill Goldberg once. I'm the man who defeated Ken Anderson before. Don't you forget, I was this close to being world champion against AJ Styles. But that's fine. Laugh it up. Because from this day forward, I will get more violent. I will get more vicious. Because of that what you fans respect, and that's what the wrestlers in the back respect. I will rip through anyone that stands in my way, and with that world championship around my waist. Because you people, you miserable, ignorant, wretched people, don't deserve to witness what true excellence looks like. But unfortunately you, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. So chant your little nicknames, real clever, but soon you'll be forced to say something else. That's Wunderbar. And when I understand what that means, let me put in words even you backwater readers can comprehend. It means I am better than all of you. I am better than any wrestler you respect. Solid rating, 75. Pretty good considering I didn't put him against any, and he's on a storyline right now. So this is just like pure Wright cutting a promo, so good stuff. I believe we cut backstage. Yes, we cut backstage, where Jeff Jarrett is in Eric Bischoff's office, and, basically, Bischoff says, well, isn't the king of the mountain himself? Do what I do with this pleasure, Jeff. And Jarrett's like, cut the crap, Bischoff. I ain't the mood for your sarcasm, nuts. Did you see what all happened last week? Bully Ray attacked me from outside and cost me that damn 6-man, and I'm not letting that slide. Jarrett's like, yeah, I saw it. You guys were in a 6-man. He took advantage. What can you do? Jarrett's like, okay, fine, this is a joke. Whatever. I'm here for a fight. You want to book entertainment? Fine, book me against Bully Ray one-on-one next week. Because he wants to whine and whine that I beat him in that 4-way, and he wants to get involved in 6-man, and all that BS, then fine. Put us in the ring, nobody else, and I'll show him why I'm a 5-time world champion, and the best thing he's known for is falling off of tables. Falling off of ladders through tables. And I was like, that sounds like ratings. That sounds something people would eat up. So, that's great. Next week, it's going to be you versus Bully Ray, but no, not in a regular match. You see, it's going to be in a street fight. And Jarrett's like, that's what I want to hear, because you better tune up old slap mess, because that next week, I'm ending Bully Ray and shutting him the hell up. And Jarrett's like, fine, good luck, Jeff. And 81, not bad. Shorter promo than usual, because we're backstage. So yeah, not bad. And then we're back. Oof. Let's see here. What went wrong here? Okay, yeah. I trusted Shelton in a 6-minute promo. That was on me. That was totally my fault. Anyway, we're backstage with Ken Anderson and Shelton Benjamin backstage. Anderson's like, so main event today. Ken Anderson and Shelton Benjamin versus Eddy Guerrero and Jamie freaking Knoble. I've been called a lot of things in my career. An egomaniac, a loudmouth, and yeah, an a-hole. And you know what? You're damn right I am. See, tonight's not about being an a-hole. Well, not just about that. Tonight's about making a statement. My statement. Eddy, walking around with that cold shot, like he's already the next world champion. Actually, he's acting above everybody else. Newsflash said, you got that briefcase, sure, but you haven't done jack lately except run your mouth. And Knoble, get me started, run around with your little buddy Gordy like you're the toughest guy in the room. Listen, I respect anybody who's willing to throw down, but Knoble, you're something wrong with me and this guy, as he points to Shelton. And he's like, Ken's got a big mouth, but tonight, he's speaking facts. Eddie, you like to talk about your legacy, about being the best wrestler on the planet. Legacy's great, Eddie, but legacy ain't going to save you when you're staring across the ring against me. Because you see, at one time, you were the best wrestler in the world. But you had your time, you had the world title, but you lost. And this is what WCW looks like now. See, I defended that WCW United States Champion week after week, and yeah, I lost it, but I got on that ring every damn week when I could and defended it, because I'm the goaltender of this company, and you and Knoble are about to find out the hard way. I was like, could I said it better than myself? About Shelton, I was right. We're not here about miles, handshakes, or put on a good show. We're here to win, send messages to that locker room, to anybody backstage, to anybody who thinks they're up next. Guess what? We're next up. The bench justice says, tonight, Eddie Knoble is ring with the a-hole and the gold standard, two guys with different paths and the same damn goal, at least for tonight. Prove it's our time now, that we're the next men up. So bring everything you got, because when the bell rings, that's our time to shine. And Anderson says, could have said it myself, Shelton, tonight we're going to show the world what happens when you step up to us, and trust me, you're going to go like how it ends. 77, again, Shelton's not the best promo guy, and rolled badly, so it is what it is, but still not bad. And then we're backstage as basically, Chosen of Simply Johnny Divine and Tank Tolan are backstage, basically, talking trash. And Tolan's like, last week we told everybody we didn't win that 6-man, we proved we're the future of WCW. Divine's like, that's right. Anybody else, doesn't matter who you put in front of us, we're chosen for a reason, baby. And, Divine says, hear me, get 3 heads. This ain't 2003, this ain't 1993, this ain't 2004, this ain't the past, this is our time. We're the ones shooting title shots, main events, everything. And Tolan's like, we already embarrassed anybody once. Harris Storm, you're too old, cowboys, you should be put out to pasture. And then boom, in comes Harris and Storm from the frame, Blight Chosen, Tolan goes down, then Harris tackles Divine to stack of crates, and Storm's like, embarrassed who? And Harris like, boys like, big, well, how's he working for you now? And Harris Storm's like, you have to run your mouth, that's fine, we're ready to back it up, because we ain't hard to find. And Harris is like, you want to claim you're the future? We'll show you the damn present, we're ready to fight anytime, so if you got the guts, step up, just if you ain't ready. Storm steps and says, sorry about your damn luck. So, 62 overall, the Chosen talking, shit got 58, and we attacking Chosen, the enemy percentage gets a 63. So, there you go. Not bad. Backstage, yeah, attacked by MW. 62 overall, which is sort of what I expected. And then, in an extremely short match, Gail Kim and Malia Hosaka defeat Tracy Roberts and Amara Moore, aka some jobbers. So Tracy's like a wrestler, but she's not great. But Reckless is, I'm not saying I'm done with Reckless, but he hasn't made it, unfortunately. So he might be quietly let go, and we'll sort of reboot Tracy as just a wrestler. But anyway, this was a test to see if they had any chemistry. They didn't, but Malia gets a quick win in 5 minutes. 58 wrestling, 45 crowd, segment rating of 48 overall. Malia gets a 69, Gail Kim gets a 71, Aaron Moore gets a 52, and Tracy Roberts gets a 40. Then after the match, they take the mic, and Gabe says, there comes a time when you get tired of the games, tired of sneak attacks, cheap shots, every damn thing. In Captivation, we see you. We've seen you for months now. And Kim's like, you think attacking from behind makes you tough? You think stacking the odds makes you something special? Nah, it just makes you cowards. And yeah, I've never been the shining beacon of light every damn time I've been in the ring. But I've always been ready for a fight straight up. And Malia then steps in and see, girls, I've known this a long time. Longer than some of you have been watching wrestling. What I've learned is, boys like you only understand one thing, a fight. So you want to end this, you want to stop all the talking, so you can act, we were right here. Next week, get in the stand ring for a 6-woman tag match. Us and ODB against Captivation. No hiding, no running. No fighting. Just fighting. Let's end this once for all. Kim's like, stack the deck. Bring whatever you want, because at the end of the day, you can captivate whatever you want, but in the ring, we're going to hurt you. See you next week. 60, not bad. And now we're backstage as Jeremy Borash is with Lance Storm and The Truth, and yeah, not surprised by one part of this, or actually both parts. Lance Storm, poor improvising. Truth, improvising well. Anyway, we're backstage with Lance Storm, Jeremy Borash with your friendly interviewer, with Lance Storm and the Truth. And, Borash asked Truth about being attacked out of nowhere by Titus Tomko last week as he sets up the tag match for tonight. And Truth is like, Borash, Tomko got me pretty good last week. Ain't denying that. Do something got tossed in the Mississippi a fall roll. Probably thought I was easing some pickings. Oh, look, Truth's washed up. Truth's done, right? What Tomko forgot is I'm still standing, baby. I've been knocked down, thrown around, but I'm still here. And tonight, Tom's going to do something he handled the Truth. As for Sonny Siaki, listen, I know I talk a lot, and I say some silly stuff sometimes. But even I think you gotta chill with the third person stuff. Sonny does this, Sonny Siaki does that. We get it, man. You love yourself. But let me tell you what the Truth loves. Winning tonight, me and Lance, we're leaving you laying, partner. And then Storm himself and says, tonight's simple, Jeremy. Sonny Siaki's been ducking me for weeks, wrestling enhancement talent, avoiding direct confrontation. But all that stops now. You can start wrong, talk in third person, pretend you're untouchable. Once that bell rings, there's nowhere to hide. Tonight, Siaki taps, plain and simple. 65, not a terrible promo, not a great promo. Obviously, Storm a storm, but we're building things up here. As we move forward here on Nitro. And then we have Gordy taking on Jimmy Rave. Back and forth match. I forgot to set up Gordy's finishers. But, nothing fancy here. Rave gets his spots in as, guy who is fighting for the Cruiserweight Championship. But Gordy's the one honestly getting the push right now. So eventually Rave, hits a couple big moves. Gordy reverses, hits a finisher, which I need to remember, and gets the win here. Wrestling rating of 63, crowd rating of 66, overall rating of 70. Gordy gets a 66, Jimmy Rave gets a 61. And post-match, Gordy celebrates to the boos of the crowd, to a 75. Then we're backstage as Jeremy Borash has caught up to Captivation and basically, asks him about the 6-man tag. And Finny Grable's like, Jeremy, darling, there are some truths in life. Water's wet, the sky's blue, and Captivation is better than everyone. Next week, Gail Kim, Malia Hosaka, ODB, Don Changelis. How cute. You see, Gail Kim, you swear around like you're some kind of trailblazer. Malia Hosaka, a relic from the past clinging to relevance when wrestling was even more of a joke than it was before we arrived. And ODB, please, classless, uncouth, barbaric, a bore. We are refined. We're sophisticated. We represent what women in the position should be. They represent, let's be honest here, Jeremy, trash. And like James said, he says, Penny's right. Gil, you talk a big game, but talk is cheap. ODB, baby, think being loud and audacious makes you tough. All that makes you annoying. And Malia, don't get me started. This is in the 80s, Grandma. Time to retire. And then Penny steps and says, Ken should have warned. Ladies, when it's all said and done, I'll remember why we're Captivation and why you're all just beneath us. 51, again, I don't want to say this has sort of been a failure, but hasn't been developed like I like, and there's been other people who've sort of gotten past them, but I still like them as a group, so might be redone after this. But the whole thing where I like the angle where Penny stepped in and took over after Lizzie got injured, but after that it's sort of been a mess. So yeah, we'll just have to see how things go from here. Because I think, obviously Lexi, is Mickey James, so she has a strong future. Penny Grable, maybe not so much. But we'll just have to see. Because I did enjoy, the gimmick, but again, just sort of, rambling here as we move forward here on Nitro. And we're backstage with Eddy Guerrero and Jamie Knoble. Well, actually, Eddy Guerrero's, in his locker room with the call shot briefcase resting on a chair, and then in walks Jamie Knoble. And he's like, what's up, Vato? You got lost on your way to catering essay? And, Jamie's like, Eddy, I didn't came for jokes. I came here to tell you something you should have realized a long time ago. You should be thanking me, partner. And he's like, I should thank you? Jamie? What kind of moonshot you drinking, Holmes? Noble, let me spell it out for you. Hot shot. Remember a few months ago. No, remember way back when? Remember how I lost that world title? Hurt, didn't it? Whole world watching a hero. Big hero coming back. Down here to DWC from North, thinking everybody's sort of for edgy. Oh, he's back. Yay, right? But then at last people started to do that act. And was the only guy who painted you that long after that you lost that belt? Me, Jamie friggin' Noble. I was the one who sent you down that little road of yours, the road where you went from Eddie the Conquering Hero to the guy standing here now. You'd hold that fancy called shot, because you'll do whatever it takes to win. So yeah, maybe, just maybe, you'd all thank me, Eddie. Because without me, you'd be out there smiling, shaking hands, losing. I surround what you've always been deep down, a Guerrero. And he's like, yeah, cojones, Noble, I'll give you that. You be, fair enough. Almost forgot about that. Let me tell you something crystal clear of it, though. I didn't change because you, not change because this company, this industry started passing me by. They started with guys like Sean O'Hare, AJ Styles, even this damn a-hole Ken Anderson. and the keys of the kingdom. Like, I ain't done more in this business than all of them combined. So yeah, I did what I had to do. I'm ready who I am. Eddie Dan Guerrero, the best wrestler on the planet. This call challenge his contract as a warning. Or to overlook me. Not now, not ever. And it was like, hey, keep saying that. Best wrestler on the planet. Yet, while you're sitting around the briefcase, telling everyone you're back on top. I've been at the ring week after week, fighting for championships. I have this close to winning the US title. Where you're too busy playing mind games. And you mean losing to Shelton Benjamin? Yeah, real impressive essay. You got all the jokes. But yeah, look, tonight I ain't looking for your friends. I don't like you, and you don't like me. Tonight we're teaming up. Whether I think you're an arrogant piece of crap or not, I can fight. So about you drop the cocky crap overnight and we handle business. Or are you planning to let Anderson Benjamin walk all over us, Eddie? And he's like, nobody's walking over me, Holmes. Jeremy Shelton Noble, I'll fight with you tonight. Don't get too comfortable. There's some partnership. Get my way. I'll drop you faster than Shelton did. And I was like, that's fine. I just need you to know you'll do what you do to win. He's like, when is my ability? I say, just over pulling your weight. And I was like, oh, and Eddie, you told me that. Thank you. And he just sort of chuckles as Noble walks away. 88, really good promo. Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't remember, after Eddie dropped the title to Vampiro, he got in a little mini feud with Noble, where Noble shockingly beat him. And that eventually led to Eddie's heel turn when he got into the feud with Booker. I mean, not Booker, but Sean Hare, basically the next year. So yeah, interesting stuff here as we move forward here on Nitro. And then, okay, so this is sort of a bigger scandal, as basically Evolution and Nikio are set for another tag match. They're facing off. These announcers go over the back and forth between these two teams over the past couple weeks, and then out of nowhere, boom, here comes the nest out of nowhere. Red Rum drills Ashley with a vicious clothesline from behind. Claudio gets blindsided by the Prophet. Kenzo attempts to come in after him to stop it, but Red Rum rolls out and hurls him to the steel steps. Yang goes off the apron with a crossbody on Prophet. Prophet catches midair and hits him to the barricade. And Keebler sort of backs away as Red Rum glares at her. Flair tries to intervene, trying to hit Prophet, but Red Rum intercepts Flair and hits him with a big boot, leaving him sprawling on the floor. And then Morgan walks out on stage, walks out to the ring, standing beside her man. She takes the mic and says, take a good long look at what lies before you. Carnage, destruction, inability, evolution, Nikio. You thought this night was about competition. You thought tonight was about victory. You were wrong. This was a message. A reminder to every so-called faction, every so-called team, and every so-called hero or villain in a locker room. The Nest does not play by your rules. We do not wait in line. We do not seek friends. We do not seek allies. There are only enemies, and enemies are meant to be destroyed and disposed of. Red Rum Prophet, they are the harbingers of a new era, an era where weakness is crushed, where resistance is futiled. Evolution and Kyo get in our way. This is what happens when we step in our path. There will be no mercy, no forgiveness, only ruined. No amount of noise, no heroes, no decisions from above can stop this. We aren't here for gold or glory. We're here to dismantle this company from the inside out, one team, one victim at a time. So the attack itself gets a 66, and Morgan's promo gets a 73. Not bad. Was helped also that I rated Flair and Stacy, because, they're over and got good stats, so there we go. So I originally was going to do just a Nest Evolution feud, but I remember, Evolution Nest had the little mini feud at the start of the year, and that would leave Nikio out, so we're basically sort of, doing a three-way feud where, Nikio are still heels, but, they're at least heels who, like wrestling. They're, evil sociopaths. So yeah, just sort of setting things up. Obviously, they're still heels, and this is, I don't say totally turning my, this is a fun little bit of card feud, honestly. But yeah, so like I said, Nest attack, it's a 66, and the Morgan promo gets a 73. Fun stuff as we move forward here on Nitro. Then we have Jakub destroying Lester Surgeon in a minute. Lester is a regen. He's in, just coming in for a quick thing. Jakub gets 69. Lester gets 25. Wrestling 47. Crowding 42. Sing rating of 60. Yeah, just a complete squash here for Jakub as he destroys some local talent. Honestly, a little bit better than I expected. And then, Jakub picks him up and drills him again with another face for a stroke slam, and then looks directly into the camera and says, You all look surprised. Is it that it? Is that what passes for shock around here? One man hurting another? You see, I don't enjoy this, but I understand it. Pain is a language everyone speaks, even if some are slower to learn. Every man in the locker room thinks they know what this business is about. Glories, titles, fame. Short hair, they pander. They talk about their dreams, their hopes. I'm here to dream. I'm here to remind. Ryan, each and every one of you, there are consequences. You jump on my path, you get broken. Simple. He didn't understand, not until it was too late. And then there's him, Goldberg. He thought he was some immovable force, some unstoppable icon, having destroyed so many in his path, until I stopped him with one hand. You see, I'm not built on catchphrases or sparks or nostalgia. It's built on truth, and the truth is, everyone falls. Legends, rookies, heroes bleed the same as villains. I don't discriminate. I just end things. See, this isn't personal. It's just what has to happen. Then he tilts to head as the crowd boos, and yeah, Jakub kills, Amofo gets 76. Jakub, cutting a promo, gets a 78. Good stuff. And yeah, again, this isn't supernatural stuff. This is Jakub is basically kind of serial killer. Which, kind of works for Glenn Jacobs for reasons. Then we get, okay, honestly, not the best, but we get a couple minute Trisha Sky and Lizzie Dumas training video, basically putting over they'll be back soon. Nothing fancy, they just haven't been on TV in a couple weeks, so I just wanted to do something to get them on TV, even directly. So yeah, it is what it is. And then we're backstage as we have Ray Gordy walking backstage after what happened. I mean, not what happened, but like after the end of the after beating Jimmy Rave earlier tonight. And Ray Gordy's talking to no one in particular, as he also some dude tends to do backstage, I guess, in my WCW. And Gordy's like, y'all see that? That what happens to happen to me? You get whooped. Ray thought he was something special. Nah, man, I'm the next cruiserweight champion. Ray Gordy doesn't play, baby. As he turns the corner, he spots Shane Moore and Great Suzuki talking quietly backstage, and Gordy's like, hey, look it is. The emo kid, Mr. I'm too mysterious for my own good. Sorry, what are you two here? Wasting space? Drink green tea? Meditate? Or whatever y'all do? Let me tell you something. I'm the future. Not you, not him. Me. I just beat Rave next week. I'll beat whoever they throw at me. Matter of fact, you'll want to go. I'll take on both of you. Triple threat match. It'll be some light work for me. Ain't nobody stopping from cruiserweight title. And as Gordy's about to leave, we see Bischoff fronts out. You know what, Gordy? I like the confidence. I really do. Not sure you've earned it, but yeah, it's entertaining. You're like, damn right it is. But, you were almost right. But you see, a triple threat match, we've seen that before, especially in the cruiserweight division. But these two guys, I'll admit, they haven't had the best record during WCW. But all this, next week, you're feeling so cocky, you're so great. How about next week, you and Shannon Moore and Great Suzuki handicap match? You wanted both of them, you got them 1-on-2. And Gray's like, wait, hold up. I was just talking. Both of them? Come on. That's not unfair. What are you trying to do? So I was like, what's the matter, Ray? Thought you weren't scared of me. Prove it. See you next week. It'll be fun. It'll draw ratings. And Gordy's like, man, y'all just wait. I'll handle it. I'll beat both of your weird looking asses. And then he walks away. So Gordy making fun of Silky Moore gets a 53. Bischoff coming in gets a 61. 04 rating, 58. I believe, yeah, we have our tag team match here as back and forth match as you expect. Truth sort of stands out here as sort of like the highlight. And like he gets the big pop. Everybody else is sort of like a mid-carder and truly winning Stormer, unfortunately, as a guy who used to be more near the top. But back and forth, things eventually break down. Siaki takes out Storm. He's able to save Truth as Tomko hits him with a quick boot, picks him up for the chainsaw cutter. Like I said, Siaki stops the save. 1, 2, 3. Tomko gets a big win over the Truth here on Nitro Mostly Clean. A wrestling rating of 71, crowding of 74, and overall rating of 78. Truth gets an 84, Storm gets a 64, Tomko gets a 66, and Siaki gets a 69. The upside is like this stuff is actually getting Siaki finally over after sort of like a year or so of like, I don't say like being stuck on the undercard over on Revolution. But yeah, fun stuff. What's what we're looking for here? Yeah. Again, fun little upper mid card stuff. Like, the thing is, like, sort of like the top of the card has all fought each other a lot. So this is something new for guys like Truth to do, and I have my own plans for Alex Wright, and you'll see those in the upcoming weeks as well. But yeah, and then Heel Celebrate gets a 73. We have our Revolution recap focusing on Mesias defeating RVD, and then which gets a 72, and then we have our main event, which Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, Eddie and Jamie showed excellent chemistry together, which I'm not exactly shocked by. But hey, turns out put 3 of your best pure in-ring workers in the match. It doesn't matter if the other guy is Ken Anderson, who isn't like terrible in this reality. So I mean, it is like there's that match. You can go through it. Eventually things break down. Eddie and Ken on the outside. Knoble goes for the guillotine choke. But Shelton gets out of it. Back and forth. Knoble goes for a big move to end things. Benjamin gets him. Boom. Pay dirt. 1, 2, 3. Right in the middle of the ring. After about 15 minutes, wrestling rating of 87, crowd rating of 80, overall rating of 95. Yeah. Really good stuff here. As our main events, as long as your friend and mine, Eddy Guerrero and Ken Anderson, are involved, continue to cook. Let's see here. But then post-match, Eddie and Ken continue to brawl. Oh, I forgot to mention, Shelton gets an 87, Anderson gets an 80, Knoble gets an 89, Eddie gets a 91. Then post-match, Eddie and Anderson brawl up to the ramp. Anderson goes to the mic check. Eddie scratches his eye, turns into a T-tornado. He has to stop the entranceway. He, taunts Ken as officials try to stop him, picks him up, brainbuster in the show, and then Anderson picks up, Eddie picks up the called shot, holds it up to the boos of the crowd as Nitro ends. So Ken and Eddie fighting gets an 86, Eddie taunting Ken gets a 90, the brainbuster gets an 89, and Eddie playing to the crowd as Nitro gets a 90, and an overall rating of 94. So there we go, good stuff. All right, overall, we have a 90. Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly, was this totally helped by having Eddy Guerrero on the show? Yes. Good stuff. Yeah. We'll see what Nitro did, and then we'll go from there. So, a little quick back-end stuff. The AI weirdly turned Jericho heel again, even though he's been the babyface champion. There's no reason to. So I did a little quick 1 hour show for WWE to turn him back babyface. And also because of an injury to William Regal, which I went over last week, I moved Taker over to Raw. So there you go. Big Show. Okay, it's taking leadership show. That's weird. Sorry, that's just wacky. Anyway, let's take some mail. Truth. I disagree, but we'll see. Anyway, Raw got an 81. So we had Richards and Juvie Juice and Flair defeated Devon and Maven. CM Punk defeated Carly Cool in a 79. We had a random 87 Steve Austin promo. Vancouver won a squash match. JBL defeated Test in a 74. Molly Holly defeated Amber James in a tables match in 80. Radar Co defeated Viscera and The Undertaker of all people in a regular match. And then Batista defeated the Gladiator. Interesting. Oh, I forgot they moved the Gladiator over to the Nitro. So yeah, but not the best show. Also, they were in Australia for reasons. Sure. But yeah. I'll be back in just a moment with Revolution. And welcome everybody to Revolution, live from Fayetteville, Arkansas, in front of a sold-out crowd of 10,000 people. As the announcers put over the big Judas Mesias AJ Styles match tonight, which gets a 72. At least the video does, the graphic, and then we go to the ring for our opening 6-man tag. As it's a big 6-man tag between 6 people who, have their own issues here. As basically, Rey Jr. went after, Austin Aries went after Rey Jr. Last week. Cash and Chavo had a little confrontation. Of course, Ray Leppan wants the US title back from Matt Sydal. So, back and forth, everybody gets their spots in. Announcers put over that Ray has been, of course, tag team champions with both Chavo and Matt Sydal, right? Or no? Did Ray and Chavo ever win the tag titles? I forget now. Been that long that I forget my own canon. But, Chavo, Ray, Matt have all been tag titles. Ray and Chavo, of course, have teamed up a lot with Eddie, and of course in the way back. And Aries is, thinks he's the, next big thing. Cash is, thinks Chavo is wasting his time, and Ray Leppan is the most arrogant international star. Back and forth match, great stuff, but eventually Ray Leppan is able to his big finisher on Matt Sydal right in the middle of the ring as Chaos reigns, and gets the big win here on Revolution. Wrestling rating of 77, crowd rating of 70, overall of 77. Sydal gets an 81, Ray gets a 94, Chavo gets a 73. Ray Leppan gets an 88. Cash gets a 69, and Austin Aries gets a 58. Yes, we live in a world where like Ray Leppan is one of our better workers, honestly. And a big win over the US champion here on Revolution. And then he'll celebrate to the boos of the crowd. This gets a 63. And then we go backstage, where AJ Styles is backstage on his own. Let's see, what hurt this? Low experience? Okay, I guess I did rate him on cutting a promo, I think. Maybe not. Anyway, sorry. AJ Styles is on his own backstage, and he says, there's something funny about fear. A lot of people, wrestlers especially, they stand in front of the camera, tell you not to get anybody. They'll puff up their chest, talk tough, and pretend like they're invincible. Me, I ain't gonna lie to y'all tonight. Mesias really sell out of me. I said, he's creepy, he's violent, he's unpredictable, and beneath all that talk about darkness and pain is, if nothing else, a big ol' SOB who's not afraid to go to places most people in this business won't even think of going. But you know what? That's why I respect him. I respect he doesn't play games. He's not here to dance around with catchphrases or anything. He's too cool for this business. He's about one thing, hurting people and taking what he wants. That means if I gotta beat him tonight, I've got to go there too. I've got to dig deep, real deep, and bring out something I've only shown a handful of times in my career. Because with Jimmy Judas Mesias, it's not about moving on Halloween Havoc. It's about proving to myself, to him, and everybody watching tonight that I'm still a face that runs this place. And speaking of people proving things, Eddy Guerrero. I thought you did a Nitro. Real tough guy, huh? Bring Buster and Anderson on the steel ramp. You already made your point, man. You do whatever it takes. But on Anderson, I just want you to get you slipping. I see you coming. And if I got through Mesias tonight, and then you get involved with Halloween Havoc, buddy, you better pray you don't. Because when I've got that Charlotte World title, nothing is going to stop me from taking back what's mine. So Mesias, tonight is about fear, it's about survival. And if I get my hands dirty, I gotta face the darkness head on, buddy. Then you better believe I'm ready. I even claw my way to the top of this company to let someone stand in my way. And Monty Brown, I ain't forgetting about you either, champ. Keep the title for me, because AM after night, I'm coming. 74, not the worst promo, not the best promo. I think combination of, a new storyline, plus Styles not being the best promo guy, sort of hurt this. And probably some other wacky things. But yeah, still solid stuff here, obviously. And then we have an in-ring promo as basically Shane Helms comes down to ringside as Trevor Slater is waiting for him. And, Helms says, cut the music, cut it. It's real funny. All you people out here think you're entitled to see some competitive wrestling match tonight, like you're about to see some classic between two warriors fighting for pride, for glory, or whatever the hell you people cheer for. But here's the deal. Trevor, your greatest accomplishment in life is last week when you and Keith lucked in to beating us in the biggest moment of your life. So, you think this is your big break, your Rocky Balboa moment, but I'm here to save you the embarrassment. You're about to step in the ring with the greatest United States champion in history, a former world champion, a man so legendary, they should be building statues of me outside this dump of a building just for showing up. So Trevor, how about you do the smart thing tonight? Just walk down that ramp, shake my hand, lay down, and I pin you. No bruises, no humiliation, no going on Helm Street. I'll even sign an autograph for your mom afterwards. I'm a generous guy like that. And then Trevor Slater looks at him and boom, clocks him with the right hand. And the match is on, and that gets a 64. Actual match is actually way better than I think. Slater's not bad, and Helms is still really good, despite the fact he's sort of become a mid-card guy at the moment, just because of a lack of space at the top of the card. But back and forth match, Slater looks good, but eventually Helms nails him with a super kick, hits a Nightmare on Helm Street, and gets the mostly clean win. Like, obviously there's some shooting beforehand, but, nothing fancy here, just a big win for Helms. Wrestling rating of 71, crowd rating of 56, overall rating of an 80. Helms gets an 84, Slater gets a 58. And then post-match, Kim comes down for the post-match attack, but Keith Walker comes in and runs them both down to a big pop as this feud must continue. And then we're backstage as Amy Weber is with Don Frye, and Amy Weber basically asks him, about what happened last week, and then, what happened when, Don Frye got turned on Rob Van Dam, and then Don Frye interfered against costing Rob Van Dam. And Don Frye's like, Amy, I am much for long speeches, certain things. So, plain and simple, I'm a mercenary. Always have been. Paul Heyman came in with an offer. He wanted the job done. Said he needed somebody to take care of business with Judas Mesias with Rob Van Dam injured. So I took the paycheck and did the damn job. Let me tell you something. There ain't many people on this planet that are like Judas Mesias. Because I've been punched in the face more times than most folks have had hot meals, but fighting that man is like some nightmare. Tables, chairs, barbed wire, all of it. Fights like he's already dead and doesn't give a damn what happens to his body. The thing is, turns out I was in Heyman's real plan. I was just there to keep Judas occupied till Heyman's meal ticket showed back up, and if that Heyman wanted, he should have said so. I don't need mind games or surprises. I'm up for a fight, not some backstabbing bull. And he asked, referring to Rob and turn on. I was like, damn right I am. You see, Rob and I, we went to war with Mesias. I thought we were on the same side. I thought we had a common enemy. Turns out Heyman was playing his games, pulling strings like a damn puppet master. Rob turned on me for what? To get back in Heyman's good graces? To be Mr. Wednesday Night again? Hell, I don't know. Hey, let me tell you something, pal. You might call yourself the whole effing show. Like I'm Halloween Havoc. You're stepping in my world. This isn't going to be some showcase of moves, no spinkins, no short woman, just 2 fists and a whole lot of pain. See, you want to make it personal? Congratulations. You got it. Havoc, just me and you. No mind games, just a good old-fashioned ass kicking. And buddy, I got plenty saved up for you. So, Van Dam, pack a lunch, because you're going to need it. Not the best promo because it's a Don Fry promo, but not bad, as I think, yeah, we officially set that up. So that is Don Fry and Rob Van Dam. And I feel like there's something else officially set up already, but I'll come back to it. Anyway, this gets a 63, nothing fancy. And then we cut to a video, which let me see here how this... Okay, not bad. Anyway, we cut to a video where Celine Cartier is in Quebec. And, basically we see video of her training. She says, well, Joanie Laurer was standing under bright lights, basking in the shoot of thousands. I was here, in this ring, training in the cold, in the dark, with no cameras, no adoring fans, no spotlight. While Joanie was making headlines, I was fighting for scraps on the independent circuit, wrestling in front of a few dozen people who didn't care about my skill, about I can eat. No, they just wanted a pretty face, crowd shouting at me to show my... All because of the doors Joanie supposedly helped open. Doors for that people like me came with consequences no one likes to talk about. I took every insult, every slap in the face, and I used it. I fueled myself with it. While Joanie was having public meltdowns in TV interviews, I was riding up the ranks, match after match, city after city, proving it's about spectacle for me, it's about wrestling. And now I stand as WCW Women's World Champion, not because I was handed anything, not because of some legacy or name recognition, because I earned it, every drop of sweat, every bruise, every sacrifice earned. So Joanie, I hear what you're saying, I hear the fire in your eyes, and some redemption story, you the evolution revolution, cute tagline beat down, you know the truth, Joanie. I'm the true wrestler here. The one who never stopped. The one who bled for championship while you were being patted around. Some icon. Some crowds cheer now, Joanie. But when the bell rings Halloween Havoc, they'll see what you are. A relic of fading memory, triumphant glory that doesn't belong to you anymore. This isn't personal. It's just reality. And we're lying on that mat. Start the lights. Just remember. Cease leve. 61. Pretty decent promo. Setting things up. And then we have, okay, that's interesting. Safe bet, creative finish with a failure. That's unfortunate. But yeah, Danger Blight, take on Social Scene. This is like a quick, intense match. But in the end, Blight is a dangerous woman, and she will hit fight out with the descent with the Blight bomb, and the what is it? The fellow driver into the backbreaker, and that's it. Just Danger and Blight get the big win here on Revolution. WrestleMania of 62, crowding at 49, overriding of 57. Danger gets a 66, Blight gets a 45, Ratcliffe gets a 69, and Vidal gets a 67. Great finish was a failure, unfortunately, but still benefit from having a hot new move. And there we go. So yeah. And the heel celebrate to a 59, and that makes we have another new match assigned officially for the pay-per-view. As it will be. New Women's World Champion Alex Langer and Angel Fox versus Lucina Busick and Molly Ma'am versus, of course, your friends and mine, LA Danger and Alexa Blight. So there you go. Women's World Tag Team titles on the line. Oops. Women's World Tag Team titles. There we go. And then move forward here on Revolution. as we get a quick little segment as Paul London is with Jack Evans backstage, and basically, Paul London, sees that Evans is tense, and London's like, "Come on, man, you win a bigger spot than this, and like last year at Bound for Glory, I was this close to beating him, so don't worry about it. Like, yeah, Palumbo ain't invincible. He's strong, mean, but you got speed, you got agility. Hell, you beat Eddy Guerrero at Starrcade. How many people can say that? So, just know that Palumbo is looking past you. So go out there and shock the world tonight, man." And yeah, they're ready, hyping up, and we get motivated for that match in a little bit. As we then move forward, as we cut to Teddy Long's office, and Leppan steps into the office and says, "Teddy, my man, did you see that out there? Did you see it? I pinned the US Champion right in the dead center of the ring." And Long's like, "Yeah, Blight, I saw it. Impressive with no bout." And Leppan's like, "Impressive? Impressive? Come on, Teddy. That was a statement. I just walked there and did what I said I was going to do. I pinned Matt Sydal right in the damn ring and proved I should have the next US title shot." But then Leppan says, "Now I know what you're going to say. Halloween Havoc, pay-per-view, blah, blah, blah. But no. Next week. I want my title shot next week. Let's not waste any time. I deserve that belt. And sooner I take it off Sydal's scrawny waist, the better it's back around the biggest international talent in WCW. And Teddy Long's like, "Look, Leppan, I had it set for Halloween Havoc." And Leppan's like, "Yeah, save the speech, Teddy, next week. To give you what they want. Me with the US title once again." And, then Sydal steps into the room and into the office and says, "You want it next week? Fine, I'm in. Make the match, Teddy. Because, Ray, you got lucky tonight in the chaos. Next week, no luck, no shortcuts, just me kicking your ass and proving why I'm the US champion." I was like, "Oh, look at you, Matt, all fired up. I love it. Just remember, you asked for this. When the bell rings and you're lying on your back with no title, just remember, I warned you." And he was like, all right, enough. Next week, Matt Sydal versus Ray Leppan for the United States Champion. Playa, you got what you wanted. Now take it outside before you mess up my office. 71, not bad. The Leppan and Teddy argue part got 71. Sydal coming in green got a 69. And move forward here on Revolution to basically European Disunion confronting LA Danger and Alexa Blight. And Nita Colt, of course, again with her old coldness, she says, "Congratulations. You managed to scrape together a win tonight, but don't let that go to your heads." And I was like, "Nikita, missed us already. I'm touched." And he's like, "At Halloween Havoc, the women's tag team titles belong to us. You're a speed bump, a minor inconvenience. Don't fool yourself into thinking you have a chance for all line." And Blight just tilts her head. And Allie's like, "Hear that, Lex? We're just a speed bump. Cute. Look, Nikita, I get it. You're pissed. Your girls lost the belts, and you're grasping whatever you can to get them back. Here's the thing. We didn't come here just to be another team to make it the numbers. We're here to win. And Havoc, we're not rolling over because you got a fancy name and attitude problem." And he's like, "You've got a mistake crossing us. Stay our way or regret it." And I was like, "Oh, we're counting on it." And there's a stare down, then European is going to walk away. Seems like the heels are not getting along. Oops. There we go. Fun stuff. And then, okay. Better color commentary, but it is what it is. So in a superb match, back and forth match, Palumbo takes on Evans. Jack Evans gets his hope spots in, but eventually he goes for the big 630. Palumbo gets his knees up, big boot, slam, full throttle, pin right in the middle of the ring. So wrestling rating of 84, crowd rating of 83, second rating of 77 overall. Evans gets a 90, Palumbo gets a 78. Sort of better color commentary, so it is what it is. And of course, what happens next is the rest of the Thrillers come in for the big old, brawl, and the beatdown. O'Hare, Jindrak just, kicked the crap out of Evans as he tries to get up. In comes Dice and Havoc. But then, big pop as Angle comes down to the ring, hits Dice with a quick German suplex, hits Havoc with belly over suplex, but then come Palumbo and O'Hare to double team him, stopping him down, and then come down Tony Sonarelli and Chris Kanyon to make up the numbers. Big old brawl. And then, O'Hare tries to elongate Kanyon, but big flatliner out of nowhere. But then Paul London checks in, comes and joins the fight, hits a big top rope dive on Jindrak and Dice. And then eventually Offals come down and, separate both factions. And, the chaos continues. And then Teddy Long comes down to the ring as, everybody is being held off. And he says, enough. I'm really tired of this place. I really am. For damn a year, I've been dealing with the thrillers running roughshod, jumping people backstage, taking cheap shots, and the rest of you fighting fire with fire. Well, guess what? That ain't going to continue. I'm no sneak attacks and backstage brawls. You want to fight? Fine. But you're going to do it on my terms. At Halloween Havoc, you want to go to war? Then playa, you're going to war in War Games. That's right. 2 rings, 1 steel cage, both teams locked inside, no running, no hiding each other's once and for all. And now, since that means Hogan and Jindrak won't be defending the tag titles at Havoc, next week you all defend them belts against Kurt Angle and Tony Santarelli. So there we go. That gets all set up. Ooh, 73. Okay. Man, we are just getting terrible luck with angles. So we had the Throws beat down in a 61, Babyface makes save get a 68, the Brawl getting a 70, and Teddy Long making War Games gets a 71. So yeah, that's all fun. Whoops. I don't know what you guys heard in here because I accidentally hit the pause button. So I basically just pre-booked the match. Also, again, I'm just going over this real quick, but basically, beatdown, brawl, Long comes out, makes War Games, and also, since O'Hare and Jindrak will have a tag title match, it'll be O'Hare and Jindrak versus Angle and Santarelli for the tag titles next week. I think you guys heard that, but just in case, just went over again. Hopefully you didn't miss the fun little speech I had for Teddy Long. And then, oof, okay. I mean, at least this was a success. Probably shouldn't quick people rating on dramatic acting because it's just not working. But anyway, so we come back from commercial to a pre-tape video as we see Keenan Sharpe showing up to seemingly Booker and Charmel's home as he knocks on the door. And Charmel's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And Keenan's like, "I came to talk, Charmel, nothing more." And Charmel's, "Tark, you got some nerve coming to my house." And he's like, "I understand how this may seem, but you strayed, Charmel, and we can't have that. Now when the path is so close, you walked at once, you felt the clarity it brings." And Charmel's like, "I walked away from your nonsense, Keenan. You're not some prophet, you're a manipulative creep. Stay away from me and my family." And Sharpe says, "You can deny it, but you've seen the truth. You know what enlightenment feels like, the peace of letting go, of surrendering to the greater purpose. That's why I'm here, Charmel, to help you find your way back." Charmel's like, "Help me? You try to drag me and Booker into your twisted little cult. I've had enough of your games." Sharpe's like, "No, this is no game." Booker's pride clouds his vision. He resists. But even the strongest fighters will see the light. And you, Charmel, you're the key to opening his eyes. And Sharpe's like, "Take your hand off my door now." And Sharpe's like, "If you return to the path, Booker will follow. You don't seem lost in anger, consumed by misguided loyalty. Let him show you the way. Rejoin us and bring him peace." And Sharpe's like, "Back off." And Booker comes out of nowhere to the front and says, "Hey." He's like, "Stay with my wife, man. You got 5 seconds where I knock you right here on my lawn." And Booker's like, and Sharpe's like, predictable. Emotion, anger clouds you. You don't talk to her. You don't look at her. Matter of fact, you don't breathe in her direction. You dig? Sharpe's like, "I'm here to fight. Violence is your crutch, not mine. I came to stand, to guide you toward enlightenment. You waste energy bad and ghost of pride." And you go, "Oh, I said I show you." And you asking for a beatdown. That's what you're asking for, Booker says. And then the big old brawl. And we got a big old brawl into the, basically, into the lawn. Booker spears Sharpe into the side of the SUV. And, Anger's like, "Anger's so predictable." And Booker's like, "You don't come near us again." And Booker, knees, Sharpe knees Booker in the gut, slipping out of Booker's grasp. Then Sharpe backs towards the street and says, "You can't stop what's coming, Booker. The age of enlightenment isn't a choice, it's fate. And soon you'll walk it willingly or broken." And Booker's like, "I'll break you in half, Seka. You come back here." And Sharpe says, "All will walk the path." So Keenan Sharpe and Charmel get to 66. Keenan and Booker brawling get to 62. Keenan back in get to 62. Unfortunately, rating Charmel was probably not the best idea here, but it is what it is. Fun stuff, and I think I can make this official. Probably going to be a gimmick for this, but I'm not 100% sure. And then we get a Nitro recap, focusing, of course, on Ken Anderson getting brainbuster to death, unfortunately for him. And then we have Monty Brown showing up the ringside. Oops, I forgot to rate him. Oh well, it was a 1-minute angle. And then, oof, all right. Okay, not bad. What hurt this match real quick? Hot crowd, low experienced. Yeah, low heat for the, yeah, very, okay. I mean, so sort of what I kind of expected. Anyway, back and forth match as you expect between these two. You know, but near the end, just when it looks like AJ is about to get the win, Eddy Guerrero jumps the railing and shows up with the called shot. You know, briefcase. The crowd pops. AJ is distracted, and that's just enough for Mesias to come from behind with a quick spear, choke slam, and a crucifix powerbomb on AJ to end things. As Mesias gets the win, and we'll get the title match at Halloween Havoc. Wrestling rating of 89, crowd rating of 82, overall rating of 82. Mesias gets an 84, AJ gets a 93. Good stuff. And then the real fun stuff starts. As, you know, basically, you know, immediately Eddy Guerrero comes in and absolutely waylays AJ with the briefcase. And, you know, Eddy, you know, then raises the call shot high. As Eddy continues taunting, Monty Brown stands from his seat, walking towards the ring with a purpose. You know, Eddy comes in and you grin into a smirk. Monty Brown steps to the ropes, getting right in Guerrero's face. And, you know, Guerrero and Brown nose to nose. And, you know, Eddy just, you know, looks at him, you know, taps the briefcase, puts it against Monty's chest, says, anytime I want, Holmes, anytime. And then Eddy leaves. But then Judas Mesias is back on his feet. And there's a stare down between Mesias and Monty, and they start to brawl. Big old, you know, brawling back and forth. Monty gets advantage, hits a quick knee to the gut, backs up, pounce. Mesias is launched across the ring. And then Monty stands over, you know, and then Monty is slowly getting up. But as he's about to stand up, Mesias sits up to a big pop. And, you know, Monty is shocked. You know, for probably the first time in his reign, he actually looks rattled. And that all gets an 87. So Eddy takes out AJ, gets an 84. Mesias going after, you know, gets an 82. Monty and Eddy having start gets an 81. The pounce on Judas gets an 81. And then Mesias stepping up gets an 82. Overall rating of 87. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the show itself gets us an 82. Okay. Again, we didn't have that like standout like great angle like we did on Nitro. Ironically, like I enjoyed that match show more booking it, but I guess like yeah, sometimes the game does not agree with you, unfortunately. But like I really did enjoy it. Like I like that like interconnected as we did this, and we're finally getting to the big War Games match, which I hope everybody sort of expected was coming. You know, the big title match next week. We're building up the undercard. We got our women's tag match set up. The short booker thing is a little wacky, but we need a little wackiness in mid 2000s wrestling, don't we? Palumbo and Evans, I was hoping it would get like a random 93 or something wacky like that. And Cartier in Quebec underperformed, but that's a TEW 20 to TEW 9 thing where Cartier is I mean, just less good in general, and which is a problem sort of with the whole women's division. Is like, basically, I want to say we're not back whole year, but maybe like 6 to 8 months as far as building women up, just out of the way the ratings were. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that was all right. So, quick little check-in. So, of course, pre-booking we also have now officially Mesias. Whoops. Oh, right. For the World Championship. There we go. So, yeah, War Games, World Title Match, Fry versus RVD, Women's Title Match, Women's Tag Titles, Booker T versus Keenan Sharpe, and of course we got the US Title Match next week. So, a quick check of the storylines. So, Goldberg and Jakub is at hot. Against the Darkness is a little cold, unfortunately. Captivation Nitro's a cold. Chosen Wanted's hot. Lack of Respect's extremely hot. Misty and Maverick's a little cold. Opposites Fight's hot. Respect and Tradition is hot. Truth Gets a Boot is hot. Cash or Carry is very hot. Darkness and Light is hot right away. Enlightenment is hot. Evolution on Revolution is hot. Expand Horizons is a little cold. Kill the Ray, aka Rey and Aries, is hot. Mercenary Moves is hot. Not a Social Call is cold. And also basically over. Thrilling Angle is very hot. And Who They Think They Are is hot. And the US title mess continues to be hot. So good stuff there. Yeah. If you look at WWE, they had a not great SmackDown, as we had Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit brawling, Valvis and John Cena defeat Crash Holly Adam Ortiz. Cena's getting there, like a couple years behind schedule, but that's the game for you. We had Billy Gunn and Justice defeating Samoan Gangster Party to 67. Carnage Carnival defeat Tony Mamaluke, because of course they did. Jackie Gay defeat Jamie Keys. Veronica Vane retained the women's title over Beth Phoenix. We had Mark Henry, Scott Steiner, and Shawn Michaels. Now, that for Bayface team defeated the Cream team of Aaron Cartwright and the Outcast by DQ. And then Christian defeated Skyfall Cop Lion in the main event. So 80 for them, not the best. Impact had their big pay-per-view. Once I can find them. Right, M&M. Okay. So, Rebellion. Pre-show matches don't really matter. Serena Babe defeated Trinity McRae to retain the Divas title. Sophie Velasquez defeated Talia Madison in a 26. Claudia Solis defeated Sydney Rogers in a 33. Jesus Castillo Jr. and Cajun Sushi defeated Roadkill, Sick Boy, and Lethal. Cajun Sushi, they're doing it. Unbelievably. We had Saturn Bagwell defeated the Architects in a dog collar match. So interesting. Sort of like old WCW Bayface teaming up in a 38. Jesus. Dancing Field retained the tag titles over Al Snow and Marcus Miltech in a 44. Hellraiser defeated Lex Luger in another big win. And then the big four-way in a 56. Paul Levesque is still a world champion, defeat Jerry Lynn, Carden Sid, and Todd Sexton. It says in table match, we'll say it's a four-way, 59. So the interesting thing is they sort of like ended the Hulkamaniacs, which honestly makes sense because if we sort of like look at the big booking of the big pay-per-views, like, yeah, I think this is sort of like the blow off, like probably maybe some like, I'm doing like some backwards booking. It basically was like, Architects versus Hulkamania's existence. And now babyfaces are on their own, and we got the heels sort of leading here. We'll see who gets built up. And also see if anybody gets re-signed once they get let go from either us or WF coming up soon. But outside of that, if we look at our dev feds, AWQ, we had AWQ Weekly. Porsche Perez is still your AWQ Women's Champion. Madison Kerr defeated Emi Sakura. Michelle McCool defeated Sarah Del Rey. Tracy Taylor, Ashley Lane, and Tarisha defeated Catherine Mendoza, Josie, and Blanchard. Women, they're getting there. And then if we look at NWA Wildside, TV show had Matt Morgan, Hot Stuff Hernandez, John Phoenix defeat Britt Major, Lance White, and Elijah Burke. Hot Stuff is close. And then Todd Saxon defeated Lazarus and Rally Dirt Day. Lazarus is in the WE. Weekly House Show, Andre Baker defeated Rally Dirt Day. PJ Perkins defeated Brett Major and Brian Danielson. Again, Danielson's pretty ready. Just have to get the right spot for him. Morgan, Johnson, and Burchell got the big wins here. And then Toss Saxon defeated Hot Sauce Fernandez. Let's see here. And then if we look around the wrestling world, news story-wise, if we go back to Revolution, 0-1 had a big show. I think I showed you guys, but just in case. Otani defeated Aitaka in 61. Hashimoto defeated Hero in 67. Akamoto defeated Josh Barnett. Anybody else of note? Not really. Iron had a big show. Main event was Frankie Zern defeat Shane Ballard. Let's see here. Anything else big? I think that's basically it. Impact Rebellion, which I showed you guys already. 1PW Highway to Hell. So yeah. So that is it for now. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking. And of course, subscribe to the channel for plenty of TEW IX content, including this series. And hopefully, maybe not this week, but next week, I'll get the TCW Go Sports Ed series up beginning, hopefully. Had a little run-in, just timing, all the usual fun stuff. Nothing, too exciting there. But yeah, aside from that, of course, we're still on the sort of quasi-long road to Revolution, as we still have 2 more build-up shows, 5-week build, because the end of the month, well, before now, all my shows were on the 3rd weekend, so we got that going on, and of course, then it's Bound for Glory, then it's Starcade. But that's all for now, so talk to you later, and adios. Have a good one.